What is a classic game that would still work if launched today?
I think the most obvious answer to this has got to be Castlevania Symphony of the Night. It's the game, one of the, because we have the Metroidvania category, and we mean Super Metroid essentially, and Castlevania Symphony of the Night. And when you look at stuff that's still ragingly popular now, things like Hollow Knight and Silksong, and the Metroidvania concept is still very much kind of at the top of the list of what people are into. Symphony of the Night is still kind of flawless, and you wouldn't have to change anything about it because it's got such a perfect, timeless aesthetic for the year that it came out in. Kind of effortlessly mixing pixel art with 3D effects in a way that although it was released on the PlayStation, you don't necessarily pin it to one era. You could do it now exactly the way that it is, and it's so long and rich and deep, and there's so much kind of extra layers to the gameplay and to the builds that you can have, and the boss fights are still often challenging, and the story's great, and the design and the soundtrack's incredible. It's slightly controversial take. I think a lot of people have tried to match up to Symphony of the Night over the years, and I still think, even with stuff like Silksong, I still think if you release Symphony of the Night now, if it was brand new, it would still absolutely jump to the top of that list and just make everything else look like an attempt rather than an alternative or a replacement. Symphony of the Night, I don't think it's ever been improved upon by everybody that's tried, and so many people have tried for years since it came out, and there's just so much to it. Like the controls are super responsive. There's so many alternative ways of approaching everything. All of the challenge, you are completely free. You can learn everything in there, and you are completely free to do it in like a million different ways. The design of the whole world is effortless. It's got like an effortless sense of progression in whatever direction you want to go in, and you're always challenged. You're always given something to look for or to do, and the amount of content as well, like the inverted castle, everything that just kind of springs up out of nowhere, and it's convoluted in a good way. It's challenging and obtuse and a little bit confusing, which is great when you want to explore like that. So I think it'd have to be Symphony of the Night.